Namaskar. Welcome to Ancient Wisdom. Today we start with a poem by Benjamin Disraeli. For the want of nail, the shoe was lost. For the want of shoe, the horse was lost. For the want of horse, the rider was lost. For the want of rider, battle was lost. For the want of battle, kingdom was lost. All was lost for the want of a nail. A small thing makes big difference. And I recently experienced this. We have a split AC which was giving us lots of problems. Every time we would run it for more than half an hour, 45 minutes, it would start leaking water. Not only that, even the rain water would come out or come into the house from the wire that was outside. So we called an expert AC mechanic. And the first thing he pointed out was that he took a spirit level and showed to us that it was mounted incorrectly. The level was not correct, and because of that, all problems were happening. And secondly, the pipe, the condenser pipe that was attached to it was not bent in a proper way. And because of that, rainwater was coming in. He repaired both of these, not requiring any additional material, only the artmanship or artisanship, and the problem is solved. Otherwise, this problem was causing a lot of headache. The interior was getting damaged, and it always was a problem as to when it would leak. So this is where an expert comes in, or this is the value of an expert who knows more and more about less and less. I will give another example. In a neighboring building, there was an electric fire, and it was leading to a house that was closed. That means on the cable there was no electrical load, and that is what made it mysterious. So we want to check it, and when we went there, we realized that in certain area the wire was not given proper incline, and because it was not given proper incline, water seeped onto it and went directly into the meter. Again, this does not require any material correction. It is only the expertise of the wireman who lay the wire, laying it properly, thinking of the elements of nature, and incorporating that thought in the work was what was necessary. Again, one needs to know more and more about less and less. And these are the two instances where we realize that experts matter. You might have seen that in an electrical plug, an expert will always tie a knot on the cable before closing it down, whereas a novice would directly attach the wires. When the wires are attached directly and the cable is pulled, the load is taken by the wire directly and it comes off, or it is likely to come off. Whereas if a knot is placed inside, the knot is the one which takes the tensile load, while the cable carries the electrical load. The load is shared and the situation becomes a lot safer, a lot better. And these are the small things which make a big difference. But these only come up with long practice. And because these matter, the experts charge you for their expertise. The common things anybody is able to do, but the expert is able to think of those things which would prove to be problematic later on, and it takes care of those as of now. And here is the interesting part. In our educational system as of today, we allow the student to pass to the next standard or next class if he scores say 35% or 50%. What we are actually doing is we are allowing him to progress to the next level where his ignorance about the level that he is on is almost 50%. And that is wrong. It is as if we are erecting the house on a weak foundation because maybe we are in a hurry. And what happens is, because of this, the foundation remaining weak, the first floor also remains weak, second floor also remains weak, and by the third floor, the whole thing collapses. Whereas, if we were to look at the ancient wisdom way of training, the training would end only when the student got mastery on the subject. If he didn't get mastery or too much time lapsed, he would go out with that much knowledge only, but would not go to the next class. So if you are incapable of going forward, you would still be utility or still be of use to the society, but at a different level. You would not rise to the higher level if you are not capable. And that education is called as education by mastery of a subject. And that is what ancient wisdom is, because small things make a big difference. And when you are learning, when you are teaching, when you are executing, it is the small things that you have to look at. Small things you have to bother about because they make a big difference. Namaskar.